Hey everybody, Monica with King's Titan Homestead, and welcome to our channel. Um, Water. It's supposed to be a high of 105 degrees Fahrenheit today, and the first thing you think of is, wow, that's hot, and I want air conditioning. So, well, we have a little portable air conditioner, and it works really good, so we just sit around close to it. But the other thing is water, because basically without water, you're just gonna die. I mean, everything is gonna die, everything. So I wrote an article about water, probably, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, and I never submitted it anywhere. So I think I'm going to submit it maybe to Backwoods Home Magazine, which is a homesteading magazine, or to, I think they also do a self-sustainable, self-sufficiency type magazine, or I might send it to Homesteading Magazine. It's a new magazine that's out there, which I don't think that they have the following that Backwoods Home does. But anyway, so I'm gonna submit that because it is more important now than ever before. And when I wrote it, I was concerned about our water, and it's getting worse. So we have not had rains let's say we've had around 1.5 inches of rain in the last 8 months. And that's what my article is going to be about, is usage and rainwater collection. And literally, you don't even have to do math to understand that right now, even with rainwater harvesting, if we didn't have a well or a means to get water somewhere, we'd be dead. We'd totally be dead. There would be no food. We wouldn't be able to be growing anything. And right now, the desert plants look horrible. There's not enough for the wildlife. So there's a lot of issues going on. So one of my main projects that I should have been doing and really paying attention to is our water and our water storage and everything like that. So because we have had to yesterday start from scratch at our wellhead, I'm starting there, and that's where we're going. We used to have a Grunsfaus 3 SQF3 pump. Now, and cha-ching, 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 if you think homesteading's cheap, you got another thing coming. Now we have a 6 SQF3. And what does that mean? I had to go look it up. So the guy that put it in, we didn't do this ourselves. We had been replacing our well on our own because it just has a polyplex line with a rope tied to the pump. And so we were able to do it for ourselves, but Dan got a hernia from doing it. It's quite a bit of work, and we're just not that smart on these kind of things. So what happened was Dan went to do some trenching for a new pressure system that we have from RPS. And so that's Rural Power Systems. And so what that's going to do is it's going to give us a solar pressure system with a battery backup so that we can we'll be able to take a shower and do dishes at the same time. Things everybody else seems to take for granted, you know. We'll be able to have pressure so that it doesn't take me 2 hours to water my garden. We'll be able to have pressure so that I can actually put a drip system into my garden. I mean, there's all these things that are just going to be, I'm like going, oh, wow. And we really need to focus on this, because can you imagine how much time and energy I've used in the garden this whole time? And we really don't have that much to show for it. So I need to get smarter. So the 3 SQF3 is supposed to be for a deep wellhead. I'm a little worried because the guy replaced the 3 with a 6 SQF3. And the 6 actually pumps more volume. And we're still within the regulations for Arizona, which I can't remember what, but he does all of this work for the local ranchers. He does a lot of solar water systems. So I trust him. He knows what he's doing. He pulled our Polyplex line out. He put schedule 120 in with stainless steel fittings. And then he also put this little valve that will protect us from having this issue again. So this is the fourth time. The first time we had a border crosser screw with our valves outside and literally shut off the flow from the pump to the holding tank. And so the pressure built up and blew our Polyplex line. So that's what happens. The Polyplex line is just so thin. And that's what the guy that we bought the place from put in. So we were just using that. So Dan went in and we pulled the pump up and he spliced it, put it back together again, dropped it back down. Then a guy that was staying with us did the valves screwy, shut it down again. And we had the same issue happen again. This time we had him help us pull it. And then I did it accidentally. Then Dan kind of got tired of that. Dan's like, that's it. So he pulled the handles off the valves so nobody could mess with them, except for, when we're actually wanting to mess with them. But then he did a bonehead move and he shut it off higher in the system. He turned a valve off much higher and that blocked the pump from going, and then it stopped. So when the well guy came out, started working on it, he's looking at it going, oh gosh, I could get you more water. I could get you more water pressure. And so then he goes, what's the pump and how old is it? So the invoice for the 3SQF3 said we bought it in 2017. So the original Grundsfaust that the first owner had put in, it had petered out on us within the first 3 years of use. So then we got the second one, and then we got 8 years out of it. We asked, well, it still works. Hold on, still works. So we asked the well guy, how long do they usually make it? He's like 9, 10, Well, since we were already paying to do the schedule 120 with all the work, and now you need special tools and you got to have a special truck and all this other stuff to do the schedule 120, we elected to purchase a new pump. Otherwise, in the next couple of years or so, or even maybe next week, we might have had to have him come back and redo it all and pay for all that labor again. So we just elected to put a brand new pump in, and he's really smart. He knows how to take the other one, the 3SQF3, and drop it into one of our holding tanks to create more water pressure. So that might be a fun thing too. So anyway, just real quick what I have done. And so this is the water, the well, the main well, and which is great. He wrote on our invoice that the well depth is 438 feet and that our static level or water level is at 290 feet. And so he set the pump at 423 feet. This is to help prevent us from having any issues during these drought conditions, because what we do notice is that during the summertime, when it gets really, really hot and the aquifer must lower a little bit, we start to get air in our lines. We start to spit and sputter. So he said it was an excellent idea. This was Dan's idea. I'm going to give him credit, to drop it down all the way and then pull it back up. And so we thought our well was down to 500 is what we were told, but maybe there's an obstruction or something now. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, almost $5,000 later, we are set back with the new system. And the one thing I am doing is I have one piece of paper, one receipt, and I have the copy. One receipt is going in my taxes, like a good little girl. The other copy for all that information is now going into a well folder. And I'm going to write on the outside of this folder what our well depth is, what our current pump is, and all that kind of stuff. And then the paperwork will be inside. That's right. It's time to get organized. Okay, so I did share on social media, I will never beg for money. A FundMe, GoFundMe, no, won't do it. Sorry. And I've been hit hard for this last month with many things. And so if you want to help us purchase some items from our Etsy store, you get something awesome for yourself, or buy a gift for a loved one, a friend, birthday presents, whatever. Stock up now for Christmas. I'm just kidding. If you want to assist us on the homestead, I'm not going to put a donation page. I'm not going to do that kind of thing. But we are going to be adding a Patreon account where I'm going to be having pay-to-view beekeeping classes. So that's going to be on Patreon soon. And then, and the first one is going to be how to thermoregulate your hive, how to keep your hive from having meltdowns. So that's going to be one of my first videos that's going to show you a bunch of ideas. Look at, we got 105 degrees today. It's going to be 108 next week. So it's more than just water, more than just water with the beehives. So that's going to be one of my first videos that's going to be up on the Patreon account. And I will let you all know when that is there. But again, if you want to help us out, and Mark, if you're watching, thanks for buying all the archaeology books. I'm doing some group deals on things. So if you have some stuff that you have your eye on and you go, Monica, can we do a group deal? Hey, I'm willing to work with you. So Mark, thank you. I want to thank Trudy for her purchases, and Clarissa for her purchases, and Philip for his purchases. Thank you all. I really appreciate the support. So have a great day.